Hello there, Mr. Miles. Let me start off by saying I enjoyed your speech quite a bit. I found you to be very charismatic and engaging. Despite what you may say about your skills as a public speaker, I think you could have a career in it if you really tried, honestly. I think it's fascinating that you intend to be a museum curator or some sort of what sounds like history specialist. The anthropology degree will help with that, I'm sure. If you were to go into public relations, honestly, I think you'd do quite well. You come across as very unintimidating, which is a skill that is exceptionally useful in public relations, given that you will spend part of your time, I assume, at least from what I've seen, you will spend part of your time in an office and I would assume have authority over small or large groups of people, depending on which corporation you work for. So it'll be useful to be friendly and approachable, which you came across as such. Um, as was mentioned earlier, sure, your background was, it was a tad distracting, I'll be honest, but it's not really worth mentioning, as it was said so earlier. That and in the real world, your background really isn't, in my opinion, going to matter if you work in like a museum, because your background will be your workplace. And if you work as a public relations specialist, well, your office will probably be very, what's the word, typical. Nothing too terribly distracting, I assume. I would just say, for future reference, avoid any flashy colors or any obscure pieces of art if you were to go into an office environment. That being said, I did quite enjoy your work, as I said before. And for an embarrassing fact about myself, though I feel confident in my skills as a public speaker, I hate my tendency for verbal tics. When I run out of things to say, I tend to repeat phrases, little platitudes that try to fill. Basically they're replacing my uhs and ums, and they fill air, and they get old fast. So I've done my best to try and train myself out of those, in hopes that I don't sound too irritating in front of an audience. Anyways, once again, excellent work, and I hope to see more of your skills as a public speaker improve over time.